We are live.
Automatically.
It don't say go. It's a connect streaming software to go live.
Did you add the key?
I put it in there. Okay, there you go. Lit.
Probably being there with thugging them or being there with gunning them. If they locking niggas up for growing up around some hitters trying to govern them, or building something from the bottom with your brothers down. Ayy, J Skull get hot here, oven head. Ayy, spend some bands, but I never fall in love again. Winning not enough for me. I like to be petty about it, dropping #1, and when it's done, I just forget about it. You think you know what happened cause you read about it. Give me a head and don't get in your head about it. Crisp night force is the only time I force it. I told her get a bag and some shoes and some more shit. She heard I got a girl and I bought her even more shit. Don't tell me what you heard if you can't tell me who the source is. I had a 6 since at 21. How the fuck did the 6 let in 21? Older women always told me I was 1 of 1. She was 30 when we sexed, I was 21. I be talking to the DA like that nigga dumb. What? You be talking to the DA like yeah, he the one. You almost 50 but you rapping like you're 21. Where the fuck they do that at aside from where you from? Hey, keep fuck these niggas up. Damn. You know Gucci let it blam, and he pass it to his man. Got a batting glove on, he don't hold it in his hand. And he throw it out the window and just leave it where it land. Or he throw it in the water, make him dig it out the sand. Ayy, scratched out the cereal, we call that shit a Cheerio. And then they taking clothes off and bleaching that material, I'm gone.
Turn this shit off.
Yeah. That's how you start a show right there with the Owl Boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got the biggest Drake fan in the world, King Capone, man. So
I might be second. I might be the second. That's my guy, though. I fuck with Drake heavy.
Who's the first?
Jack, how you feeling over there, man? You got the red room going.
Come on, the Queensiest. We got the we all humans hat. Shout out to my boy Roberto. You know what it is.
Okay, Jack, the Queensiest. We got our boy Money Matt in the building. He only got one hat on right now, but he wear about 25 hats. We ain't gonna put them all out there, but you never know where you can see them.
Yeah, thank you,
man. We got a lot to get into tonight, man. A lot of people been having a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff that they talking about. And one of the big things that's being talked about right now is the Mount Rushmore. Some of the Mount Rushmores are where you're from. Some of the Mount Rushmores could be how you feel altogether. It's your opinion, so you can't be wrong, but it's always interesting to hear what people gotta say. So right off the bat, the biggest city in the world. Jack calls it the greatest city in the world.
Listen, normally as a New Yorker, I will always go first, but in this case, since we always got the most to talk about, I'm going to respectfully go last.
So you need a minute to think about it. Okay.
I'm just going to respectfully go last. Because,
okay.
I can talk an hour about what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So listen, one of the big topics, we all can chime in on this. One of the big topics right now that they got buzzing around, and it's kind of, I think it's kind of unique and new. And Matt, this may be close to your heart. The white rapper Mount Rushmore. This is a different direction they're going with this. So it'd be kind of interesting to hear from a native of the race.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, you a
Who
native of
you?
the race too, Capone.
Well, I'm
Oh.
half. I'm half. I'm half.
How you
But I
gonna
gotta respect. We gotta respect. You
how
know,
you
a
gonna do your brother?
purebred. We gotta
Your brother how you
respect the
gonna do your
purebred
brother?
while he in the building.
Yeah.
At least give us three, Matt, right off of the top. White rappers, definitely on your white Mount Rushmore.
All right. So the white Mount Rushmore for me is Eminem, number one, hands down. Not even a competition to that. I've seen a lot of people leaving MGK off because he went rock
Mm,
and roll. But if you go look at his catalog, what he did in Cleveland and what he did for rap, I mean, he's the only rapper that dissed Eminem and survived. So, I
yeah.
mean, you got to put him up there. I got to put Mac Miller because even though his
Mm,
time was cut short, he made a major impact with what he was doing. And then, man, I'm gonna have to say Rush right now because if you want a rapper, if you want somebody that can spit bars, he spit against every lyricist we know, and he's carved his own lane as an independent rapper. So
But
those,
is Rush white or is he like Palestinian or
I,
some shit like that?
I don't know.
well,
So he's
white
like
is white.
AT
You
or
either
something.
white or black. On this show, you no, no. I'm just joking. But listen, that's a nice three, and I agree with you on two of those. I do like Eminem, probably number one, and then I like MGK too. But then I start moving towards we got to bag up a little bit, and we have to. Where's the respect for Search?
MC
Where
Sir.
is the respect for Search and third base, man? The first white rappers you heard that you know dated black girls before they start rapping. Search was something different, man. So I definitely got to add third base.
And he from Queens.
Well, that makes
Hard
sense.
rock.
He might be Queensier than
Yeah,
you. Who knows?
maybe.
Now
And
I might not be old enough, but what are some of the hits they had? I know they had 2 hits. What other songs did third base have that would put them in that category of
That
well,
was
rappers?
I think it's more. I'm using for my personal Mount Rushmore for them. I think I'm using more what they did for the culture,
Yeah, I
right?
loved it.
Because
Yep, loved
Search did, Searchlight Publishing is huge.
it.
And then I mean, he helped Jay-Z he helped Nas get a piece of Jay-Z catalog.
Facts.
I mean, he did a lot. Not to mention they had great songs, and they was just all around at the time. They were revolutionary to be white rappers accepted as actual lyricists.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They didn't have to have like 25 albums. I just think that they definitely belong there. You know what I mean? And
So the
Eminem
body of
got
the work.
number.
So
So
the
go
body
ahead.
of the work is more important than the amount of product they put out, right?
I think all in the influence in itself, what they've done is
Yep.
lands of what Search has done has lands them there. The other cat, I don't never see him no more, but
Nah.
but he's probably somewhere in the background making something happen. But
Who's your number 4?
another person that I want to add on to this, and I don't know if I can slide him on Mount Rushmore just yet, but I think he'll be there before it's done. That's Jack Harlow, man. I fuck with Jack
Oh
Harlow.
yeah,
Dope.
absolutely.
Jack Harlow is
He
a
damn near
killer,
next.
man.
Yeah.
I like him a lot, man. So what say you, Jack?
Eminem, Jack Harlow,
Mm.
for sure. I gotta say, I don't know if you would, since they're a group, if you can kind of all merge them into one. I would probably say like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Were they a rap group? I feel like they was like a
I
pop
mean,
rap or
they
something. I don't
started
know.
out.
They were the beginning of Def
They
Jam.
started out as a rap group, and then you know what happens. They come in one way and then go out another way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
All right. Beastie Boys. Okay.
That's 3.
and then okay, no, I said
Oh,
Eminem,
M Beast.
Jack Harlow, Beastie Boys. That's 3, right? I think. Damn, I'm gonna say I'm a big 90s person, so I'm gonna say Everlast from
Okay.
House
Yeah.
of Pain.
Yeah. A lot of people like that.
Um,
Okay.
I got a name for you. What do you think of Jelly Roll? So Jelly Roll is making a major impact right now, but before he became this mega star we know today, he was one of the best rappers out of this
Well, let's
Tennessee.
put him. Can he? You think he can hold water to Action Bronson?
oh fuck, damn.
Yeah.
That's my fourth. Definitely.
Action Bronson is a hog. You know he
Yeah.
is.
I
Yeah.
forget. He a Queens nigga too.
Jelly Roll dope though because you know he's helping a lot of drug addicts right now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And people that's, you know, every now and again when I hear a song playing in the car, you know what I mean? I said, damn, this motherfucker might save my life.
Yep.
So
Same
I,
me.
you know, I
Well,
give him
people don't
his
know he was with 3-6 Mafia in the very beginning. So like he's
Wait, he was
tapped-
Little White?
Well, Little White and Jelly Roll, they were a part of the 3-6 Mafia. They used to, when they would go on tour and perform, Jelly Roll would be one of the people there.
That's interesting. Well, I'm gonna
But
say
you
a
say
name
Little
and y'all
White
tell
too.
me.
So if you say Little White, people don't understand the impact that Little White has. He's kind of like Tupac for the white rappers
Is
in
he?
certain
Damn.
circles. In
That's
certain
good.
circles, he is.
Damn, how I missed that.
Yeah, I definitely
He's underground.
Okay, but wait a minute. I'm gonna put a name out there and y'all tell me what you think. Yellow Wolf.
I was gonna just say that. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I was just about to say Yellow Wolf.
Yellow's dope.
Yellow Wolf, I like Yellow Wolf too, man. I just feel like I don't know what happened to him. He came and went so fast, but he had a small impact. What's the white motherfucker with the different color braids?
Who, Takashi?
No. The other, he not
I know
white.
you're
He's
talking about.
Spanish, ain't he?
Who, Renin 10?
Riz, Raz, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember. I can't
Riff
remember his
Raff?
name.
Riff
Riff
Raff,
Raff.
Never.
You like Riff Raff on that list anywhere?
No.
Nah, absolutely.
NATO, what's up? Johnny, what's going on, man? I'm glad y'all came in, man. We talking about Mount Rushmore mafioso. What's up, boy? We
Matt,
talking
check
about the Mount Rushmore of rap when it comes to white rappers, and right now, so far on the list, we definitely got Eminem. And who's another definite? Because we all three gotta agree for them. We only all three, I think, agreed on. Nah, because I don't think Matt put Jack Harlow up there. He got a little white taking the spot.
I put MGK for Eminem, MGK are the two definites I would say, because like I said, if you look at MGK's body of work,
Action Bronson is better than MGK.
Mapian, what up, boy? Get
For
it,
sure.
weigh in. What's up? Tremaine, who you got as your Mount Rushmore, man? Type that in the chat real quick, and let's see if some of the people that's watching agree with any of the things that we have to say right now.
What's an Action Bronson song that stands out to you, and does the fact that he sounds like somebody else take away from his ability to be Mount Rushmore?
Let's take one moment for the respect on how Matt hates. It's so fly how he just did that. You know, it's suggestive hating. Does he sound like someone else? And name the song, some shit we can't do. Name the song that made the impact.
I know they was giving like Ghostface comparisons, but I think that Ghostface is an anomaly. So you can't, like, even though they have a similar nasally. Oh, Nims. Gotta put Nims on that list.
What about Millie's? We left him out. What about Millie's?
White rappers.
He's young
White
boy out of
rappers.
Boston right now.
We're doing the white rapper Mount Rushmore right now.
Yeah,
so chat. All my chat, tell me, give us somebody. Give us somebody.
We might as well say Chris Webby then.
Who?
You don't know who Chris Webby is?
Yeah, he's fire.
You don't know who Chris Webby is?
No, I don't know who that is either.
Oh no, I mean he knows who he is. You don't know who he is.
Oh, word. He like that. He like that out in the nap.
He's a tour. He's
Bubba
a tour
Sparks.
guy.
Somebody put Bubba Sparks in the chat, guys. How do we feel about Bubba Sparks?
Where's this chat at? Because I can't see.
This chat is on my Facebook page.
Yeah, Jack,
Jack going crazy right now. Say he a Christian. He a Christian, but Zonte could crush all of them.
Zonte's fire
if he get on that. Yep. It's crazy that you said that, Johnny. Because my man Matt right here is a Christian rap expert. You know what I mean? So he knew exactly who you was talking about as soon as you said it.
Yeah, Zonte's fire, man. He's out of Oklahoma. He's got a major movement right now, and not just because he's a Christian rapper, but he can rap and he's got that kind of bounce people like. But no, I definitely want to say Millie's I left him off, but if you look, he's about to drop his new project on Friday. He signed to Jadakiss. When it comes to rapping bars for bars and the lyrics and punchlines that we love, and he's definitely one of the ones up there.
I'm gonna have to check Jonte out That's my brother Johnny, man. I'm glad you listening to Christian music,
Yeah,
brother.
I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'm
Um,
gonna send it to you. It's dope.
my
You
boy
gonna be
Bubba
you
Spark,
gonna. So Bubba
David.
Sparks is good, but didn't he only have 2 albums and he hasn't done anything recently? Like, is there anything for people who still
What
active?
David Willie in the chat says, my boy Bubba Spark goes in on y'all, but what? My boy Bubba Spark goes in. Y'all old
He
enough
was
to
from
know. Okay, I'm out here reading like I got one eye right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bubba Sparks was nice for a minute. It's like he came and went so fast.
Yep.
That's the only thing, about like some of these people. When we talking about Mount Rushmore, we talking about as soon as you say white rapper, this person should pop in your mind.
Yep.
Only people
Eminem,
who really do that is Eminem and MGK, to be
Action
honest with you.
Bronson, Jack Harlow. Now I feel like Jack Harlow's like
Shotta, what up? Oh, that's Shotta. That's Shotta.
Shotta. We gotta bring his funny ass up here. That nigga.
Yeah, Shotta. That's Shotta. Yeah.
We gotta say Jack Harlow. I feel like right now
I
is
think he might be the coldest white MC out right now
yeah,
if Eminem is retired.
yeah.
Straight up.
I like Nims though. I like Nims out. Shout out to Nims. Nims out of Coney Island.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
ever
out of New York.
disrespect me.
Yeah, don't disrespect me.
Nims,
Yeah.
Nims is dope. He did a dope album with my boy, one of my mentors, Scram Jones. Scram is nice too. Not for nothing. Everybody may not know that because they know Scram more for like producing and DJing. Scram is nasty. Alchemist is not bad sometimes, depending on what records he's on.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
we got
guys,
about
listen.
the top 10. We made a top 10 though. That's pretty dope. We came up with 10 names that
Those
other people can't do that.
I ain't gonna choose me. All of those are great. But I did want to ask a question that I don't know if I know Matt, you represent Stop Beefing Radio.
Yeah.
And on that note, I would like to know if you have a beef that's been brewing since 1999, when is it appropriate time to call that beef off? And when I'm saying that, I'm saying 50 Cent and Ja Rule, right? This beef is stirred back up.
Yep.
And some people are saying it's corny. Some people saying, nah, fuck that, it's up for life. But with you having to stop beefing movement, what's an appropriate time to stop beefing?
Man, that's a great question. So I believe in stop beefing and start eating. It's unifying people and creating unity. But when you shoot me and try and kill me, it's forever. Like everybody that's saying that it should have ended, they weren't here when it happened. They didn't see 50 get shot 9 times. They didn't see Murder Inc. try and take away everything he built for the entire time. And then because of the time has passed, like 50's tried to squash it. Fat Joe tried to squash it. They're all trying to squash it, but it's hard for Ja Rule to squash it because his career got ended by 50 Cent.
Well, my man BX Shotta said the beef is bigger than rap. You think that can be possible?
50
it's too
never
much
tried to
streets.
squash it. Well, I think, like I said previously, because at least on this panel, I know the story because I lived.
Yeah.
Come on, you the Queens native, man.
Yeah, Queens. So let's go. Tell us.
And I was talking with my bro, D-Dot last night. He's actually Ja's cousin, like one of the people that like helped me out starting in music and one of my
B.I.T.E, is that the nigga that be making them lists?
No, not B.I.T.E, D-Dot.
D-Dot, okay.
From the co-ops where I'm from, right? So at the end of the day, like what you gotta understand is that like they said, like this shit is bigger than music because at the end of the day, Ja is a great artist. Ja has his hits, legendary, right? But really, what if he's not doing shows or if he's not talking about 50, what people aren't really, really checking for him right now. He had, obviously, like with Irv dying and stuff like that. Now he's kind of doing a media run and making sure Irv gets his flowers and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like there hasn't really been anything that I feel like the masses have cared about in a long time in reference to Ja Rule. And
well, I think what stirred this thing up, let me just chime in real quick, is that some people believe that death is the great equalizer, right? And when Irv died, 50 said, "I'm smoking that Irv pack." A lot of people feel like that was uh, not a well placed comment for what was going on at the time, and that it was a good reason why Ja Rule is back mentioning what he's mentioning now. Do you think when someone mentions a newly passed best friend or close friend of yours, especially when it's someone that you're beefing with, that I mean, that would be a good reason to start the beef back up?
Well, here's the thing. Do we all, or do most people that watch that and saw that feel like it's tasteless? Absolutely, right? But I think that it's on brand.
It's 50 Cent.
It's on brand for 50. You can't, you're not gonna expect him not to do that. And amidst the circumstances, again, like, I mean, I think with that situation, you know, you feel more sorry for the people that oh shit, the people that that love Irv, the family members, his kids, you know, the people that are affected. Like, it's more kind of like on that accord. I don't want to say disrespectful, but like insensitive to them. I had to put my charge in before my fucking computer died. Right. So it's more insensitive to them, but it's on brand for 50. We don't expect anything else.
Well, and King, like you make a great point, except for you're forgetting the part that they tried to kill 50 Cent. Like, so if you tried to kill me and you pass away before I do, and then somebody else starts mentioning it again, like it's up forever. Like, I don't want to say the
Do
names
y'all
that are
remember how
involved,
this
but
started? Like the original?
Supreme.
From what I understand, Ja Rule sees his man Troy to just get out of prison.
Troy
Troy say,
Davis, little Troy, shout out to Troy, free
Troy
Troy.
say, "Let me holler at you."
Yeah, and
He
Rob.
pulled Ja to the side. He up pistol on Ja. "I heard you was knocking my shorty while I was in prison." Ja trying to explain, "What? Oh, nah, it wasn't like that. If I did, it was an accident." Whoop, whoop, nah, and they come up off that. He robbed it. Boom. 50, they in the club, 50 hollering at little Troy. Ja look over, there go 50 and little Troy. He's saying, "Oh, I see the connection." And then it was up from there.
Well, see,
So
let me just give you some context. This is what people don't understand, because of course, to someone from the outside looking in sees that. Where we're from, which is Baisley, Fox and God Brewer, and where 50 is from, which is 134 and God Brewer, is probably about 10 blocks from each other, right? So not just Troy, there's a number of people from my hood, from Baisley, that know 50, that they probably went to 72. They might have, well, I don't think 50 went to 140 because that's a little bit, that elementary school is closer to our hood, but they all went to 72 together. They all was playing basketball together. My man AU from my hood, my people's pops taught 50 how to box. So at the end of the day, it's not like Troy was just a dude that 50 just met, or that like these are people that you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that you grew up with. So so him seeing someone, this is like if living in Queens. I know niggas in G Unit, I know niggas in Murder Inc., I know niggas from Hollis, I know niggas from everywhere. We all grew up together playing basketball, going to parties, you know, everything like that. So it's not an uncommon thing that that's going to happen. Now, it's an unfortunate thing that it happened, because if you see someone that robs and you see someone talking to them, then obviously you're going to kind of like stay away from them. But it's not like everyone that does not know this story is telling this story like,
Silent, what up, boy?
They're not fucking know
Thanks
each
for
other.
coming in here.
Each other, basically.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Not to get too much into the street stuff, but do we even know why he got shot 9 times? Like, does anybody really know what happened in that moment to cause that to happen? So if we don't know, then it's hard to explain why it's okay, why he would never forgive. Like, 50's never gonna forgive.
Well, you got all these old heads out here that's preaching. This is my point. You got all the old heads out here preaching to the young boys to put the beef aside, to stop acting like YNs, right?
Yep.
Little young niggas acting crazy. But then when you look up, the old niggas doing the same shit. So it make it seem like it moves old niggas into a hypocrite category. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all,
Well, I
because
mean,
these the
But
influencers that
50,
we
50
talking
ain't
about.
on that though. 50's
but you
still
can't
all
say
about.
he's a hypocrite because 50's on brand.
Yeah, 50's always
This
on
is what
that.
he's been doing since fucking 19. How to rob an industry, nigga. He's on brand. He's always been this person. It's just that with the fame and the notoriety, it just got more intense.
But let me ask you this: once you almost on network level, you running a show, you running a network, you get heading towards 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you owe it to your own to your younger generation to show something different besides that side of yourself? Or because it's 50 Cent, it don't matter? Because you from Queens, you just gonna Queensy it up.
Let me explain something to you.
Hey, before you do, salute Rush D in the chat.
My boy Rush, my brother Rush.
Tino, Amp, what up?
Listen, at the end of the day, coming from where we came from, and you see where 50 went, you see where Ja went, you see where all of these people went. At the end of the day, coming from the war zone that we fucking grew up in, like so what?
Hey, Shada said something that I think
So what?
I do appreciate this beef, because without this beef, this is 50.com never is around, and this is 50.com was a good time. Shada, you right.
Shada, I mean, listen.
What up, though,
everything is just like lakes was made from icebergs melting, right? So at the end of the day, we wouldn't have power. We wouldn't have one of the probably, in my opinion, top 3 rap albums of all time. We wouldn't have had, all of these things if this didn't happen. Sometimes things have to happen for better things to happen. You understand what I'm saying?
And let's keep it 100. I want to give 50 his props for being an excellent beefer, right? Because when he was at the awards and he was beefing with Fat Joe and he got his hands on that mic and said that crazy shit, I couldn't believe it. I was smiling. I'm like, yo, this nigga nuts. But
wait, 50 Cent is a proponent of the 48 laws of power. He wrote the 50th law. He believes it's on to it's over, and it's crush your opponent forever. So anytime Ja Rule thinks he's gonna get an ounce
we talking about this 50 Cent Ja Rule beef, then kick back off. You know what I mean? We trying to figure out, where it's sitting at. Where it's sitting at in the community.
So to bring it up to speed, King, we had this conversation last time. We talked about Drake and Kendrick. It's never over. It's never going to end, because
that's a difference, though. It's a difference because I honestly, Drake and Kendrick is beefing over feelings. True. There was bloodshed, not just 50s. There was bloodshed. There was knuckles. There was shots bust. There was this was probably one of. I was telling D last night.
This was actually a real rap beef, like on a big level.
This beef single-handedly tore Queens apart, especially the Jamaica side of Queens. It tore Queens apart, and I think what it also did was that's why you don't really see after 50 and after Gene and maybe after Nicki Minaj. That's why you don't really see an influx of Queens talent that we were ruling the music business, or we were a very important component of the music business at one point. That's why you don't see that, because niggas had to choose sides, and some people chose the Murder Inc. side, some people chose the G-Unit side. And then once the Murder Inc. side didn't have no power no more, and
they couldn't go back.
50 had the power, them niggas was dead.
My man Tino say that 50 cooking something up. Do y'all think that 50 gonna have like some kind of big release or big drop now that Ja Rule got a lot to say?
Don't you be surprised if he has a new album coming.
Listen, man.
Massacre 2?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get Rich or Die Trying to be a.
I think, but he can't do that now. But I think that.
What you mean he can't do that?
You can't do it. You can't reheat French fries. How you
Why can't you?
Trying to? He's not like unless this is like some music in the vault that he brings back out and then.
Let me wait a minute. Is this a Queens nigga saying a Queens nigga can't reheat French fries?
It don't make sense. That's just like if Nas did like Stillmatic wasn't.
Hey, let me stop you, man. Let me stop you, because we knew, and I don't want you to. I don't want 50 on your ass. 50 can listen. Let's be clear. 50 can drop. Get Rich or Die Trying to. You agree, right?
Yeah, he can absolutely do it.
Would you buy it?
Of course I would. That's like one of my favorite rappers, if not my favorite rapper. So
you got him on your top 5 all-time Mount Rushmore?
Here we go. Let's
absolutely.
go. Yeah.
50.
Absolutely. And
50.
And rap in New York and Queens, absolutely.
I'm saying all rap period, your top
all
5 is 50 is in your top 5.
Absolutely. And he ain't number 5.
Hey, chat, put y'all top 5s in here real quick, man. Let me see who got the best top 5 right now.
He's not number 5 either. How about that? He might be in number 1 to me.
Hey, would y'all be mad if I had Scarface in my top 5?
Nope. Scarface should be.
Not at all. Brad Jordan is incredible.
I know you New York niggas don't like to get no down south niggas no play.
Why not?
They love Scarface. He was on all the Jay-Z songs. Scarface made his way.
No, because Jack be trying to act like the whole California era didn't happen to where most people wouldn't listen to nothing but West Coast music for a while. Like New York just always had it.
A couple of months in 1991 or something like that.
Hell no, nigga. Sebo, Marvelous, motherfucking. We was not
listening to Sebo, my nigga. Stop
niggas was listening to Sebo.
Yeah, y'all niggas was listening to because y'all ain't have no choice. Sebo is that. No disrespect to him because I know he's a legend and a lot of people love him. Sebo was that nigga on page 54 on the back of the Source buying his album. We was not listening to that in New York. Stop it.
Listen, I just seen a New York nigga said they was listening to that West Coast music. Y'all niggas was listening to Snoop. Stop playing.
They definitely, I got 5 on it was in New York. Y'all were listening to Loonies.
They was listening to Yuck Mouth, man. They gotta stop.
Yuck Mouth. I mean, I got 5 on it, Loonies and all that. Yeah, when the box was popping, niggas. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta start giving credit outside of New York. Y'all ain't the only niggas that was rapping.
We not, but at the end of the day, we started it. We did it the best, and we're taking a little break, but it's coming back.
I mean, West Coast right now is on fire. Like not just Kendrick, but Tyler.
The chat on fire right now on your ass too. Just to let you know.
Didn't Ice Cube just get a
Jack? Is you looking at the chat?
Where's the chat?
Go on my page.
His Facebook page.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I gotta say
Jadakiss number 1. Okay, BX Shotta say Jadakiss number 1. Period.
I can't argue with that. I don't agree with it.
What you just said 50 was number 1.
Are you talking about spitters or are you talking about artists? Because there's two different. Jadakiss is a dope spitter.
Define.
Making songs, making hits, making stuff that's.
You saying Jadakiss didn't make hits?
Don't disrespect the Kiss because that's my nigga. But we know 50 got more hits than Kiss.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah. I love Jadakiss. I love all that shit.
I don't think Jadakiss on too many people top 5 though.
Why that? Why wouldn't he be?
Netflix. Somebody in the chat say New York niggas ain't coming back till y'all change y'all beats.
Ain't nobody say that.
No, somebody's definitely said that.
Ain't nobody in their right mind say that.
They didn't go nowhere. Let Jay-Z drop a song tonight. The whole world's going to New York. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but Jay-Z isn't a New York rapper no more. He's a world artist at this point.
Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nas. We just talked about Mass Appeal's dropping 7 new albums this year from all the legends. They just ain't dropped nothing recently.
It's only one artist that if he dropped tonight is.
Oh, you think Drake?
Oh, somebody said Big Pun. Who is Johnny Allen? This nigga said,
that's my bro, man. Johnny, man. Shout out to Johnny, man. Johnny just got off a 25-year bit, man. Just got back. Welcome back, Johnny, man. He trying to get back acclimated to the world and you know what I'm saying? Be a beacon of light to some young niggas out there.
Yeah. He giving that knowledge for
if Big Pun's life didn't get cut short, he might have been in this conversation because the stuff Big Pun was doing lyrically, nobody was messing with it. And he gave the formula to Fat Joe, which Fat Joe gave the formula to Khaled that showed them how to make these hits. So, like I said, if he wasn't cut short, he could be in this conversation.
I can't agree with that.
But you know what, though? Even you say he gave the formula to Fat Joe, and Fat Joe ain't even on a nigga top 10 list. Nobody I talk to.
I mean, I like Fat Joe. I think.
But is you putting him on the top 10 list?
No. My top 10?
It ain't a top 10 list in America, Fat Joe going on, unless you in motherfucking Puerto Rico.
Unless you're in the Bronx.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
All right, Jack, so let's start the conversation. What's your Mount Rushmore of New York? Since we're already in Fat Joe and Big Pun conversations,
My Mount Rushmore of New York. How many?
Hey, chat, warm up and put your Mount Rushmore from Michigan in the chat for me.
Do the legends.
We'll warm up on these New York niggas real quick.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do the current one because I don't really like so much the music that is coming.
Because you got to put A Boogie with the hoodie in there just to say it.
So I mean, there's a couple of people I could name, but if
like who?
I can do classic. Who's hot? Who I like? Chef.
Listen, New York ain't had rap since the 90s, man. Early 2000s, man.
50 ran the whole industry for the
Atlanta
whole 2000s, right?
Atlanta took rap from y'all. When they saying Future is the new Jay-Z.
I agree with that to a certain extent. Absolutely.
Future, what record does Future? What album does Future have?
Don't do it, Matt. Don't you gonna start getting hate mail?
Listen. Let me say this and shout out to my brother BK that managed Future. Right. Let me just say this. I went to a Future concert last year when him and Metro did the tour, and that's like my second Future show because I go to any Future
Redman. Redman on somebody's Mount Rushmore.
Redman is hard.
You like bars?
But Redman is not. Redman is, for one, he's not from New York.
Nope, New Jersey.
So he's not a New York rapper. He's a Jersey rapper, and he's definitely in the Jersey Mount Rushmore, along with maybe him, Tretch, Queen Latifah.
So Big Sean definitely on our Michigan Mount Rushmore. Look like y'all. Of course, y'all know y'all already said Eminem. You know what I mean?
Trick,
man. Trick. No, Trick is a legend, but he ain't on nobody's list.
Boldy James.
I don't think he on a no.
What?
No, we got no. You know, on my list, Esham on that motherfucker. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Talking about this nigga, I don't know who is that.
Don't worry about it, man.
Bible or some shit like that.
Don't worry about it, man.
Okay, so if you're doing Detroit, you said Eminem, you said Big Sean, you gotta have Royce the 5'9".
Royce definitely on there.
Boldy.
Yep, man. You got right now look like Vezzo chiseling his spot out.
Ice wear now.
Yeah, look like Vezzo chiseling his spot out right now. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. What you say?
You putting T Grizzly on there?
No, Grizzly tough, but I don't know if anybody gonna put him on a Mount Rushmore.
Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Boldy James.
Okay.
He tough.
And I'm gonna send him this clip too. Boldy James.
Yeah, he's fire.
Love him. Boldy James. We're gonna probably have him on the show too. I'm gonna have my man connect him and bring him. Boldy James, man. To me, him, Eminem, Big Sean, Royce the 5'9".
Yeah,
Finito.
But you didn't say you're New York yet, though. Like, kind of.
Okay, cool. 50 Cent.
Okay.
I see. This is gonna be kind of biased because
it's gonna be Queens.
It's really gonna be Queens. 50 Cent. Nas.
Yeah, Queens.
Queens.
You gotta put Jay on there. Jay not from Queens.
Nigga, can I answer? You don't answer for me.
You put Boldy James on my shit.
All right, you're right.
And Trick.
All right. 50, Nas, Jay-Z, LL, Jadakiss.
Doing 5?
50.
What about DMX?
That's tough. He would be on there too. See, to be honest with you,
you're not putting jarule on there.
New York, no. This is what I will say. I don't think lyrically jarule is on there, but if we talk about making hits and success and the success of a career, jarule has to be on the New York Mount Rushmore. Has to be, because at the end of the day, he had a real pocket in time that is a timeless pocket. Because Ja is still going out there touring, making a few $100,000 for a show, and at the end of the day, and this is why I said like this beef was so, just so weird, because listen, it's probably niggas that got G-Unit tattoos on their hands that was singing Ja records or fucking bitches to Ja records. Believe me. You understand? So he got undeniable music. So
it's 4 for the Mount Rushmore. You said 50 Cent. You said Jay-Z. You said Nas.
It's rough, man.
Who are you taking off for Ja?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, man, people be it's hard when you because you always gonna forget so many good rappers, man. It's just so hard to pick.
You gotta understand, like we probably have the like pound for pound the greatest collection of rappers ever. So
yeah,
it's like, and all of them for it just depends what conversation you have, because all of them have different things. LL was the first.
The top two rappers though is from Detroit and Canada though.
Nah,
Jay-Z's still number one, my guy.
He's retired, my friend.
I like Jay-Z.
He's not. Jay-Z's not retired. He's just waiting to drop a new project on you.
What about let's do this real quick and then we can move on. Let's do the top 5 rap groups of all time. And I want to put in there the Roots. I want to advocate for the Roots.
How many people is in the group? How many people in the group? How many people in the group?
The group, any more than one, 2 or more.
Oh,
no, 2 people is not a fucking group.
Yeah,
how is it not a group?
That's Outkast. That's
a duo.
Yeah, duo.
That's still a group.
A couple. That's not a group. A group to me is 3 or more. But
bro, it's not even that many groups that was 3 or more.
For your sake of definition, 3 6 Mafia,
okay,
Mobb Deep, UGK.
Wu-Tang. Oh, your boy David say, your boy Shatta say, okay, Wu-Tang, Bone Thugs. Damn, it's a lot of good. Dipset, we gotta add Dipset.
Mobb Deep. I probably put the Locks. Absolutely, the Locks.
What about Black Sheep?
I'm cool on that.
Is this New York only or is this everywhere?
No, the whole world.
Outkast.
Where's NWA?
Slaughterhouse.
That was a cool group. I don't put them in the top 10.
Where's NWA?
Maybe top 15.
Do you know what does that stand for?
No, you said NWA's top 15?
No, I said Slaughterhouse maybe top 15.
Hey Matt, I forgot what NWA stand for.
I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
You all good? D12, Outkast,
D12.
Goody Mob,
I don't put
the
D12
Clips.
Damn, there's so many good groups.
You don't put D12 on there?
I don't put them in the top 10.
What?
Nah.
Outkast. Outkast.
De La Soul.
Oh, Tribe Called. You know, that's my favorite probably rap group of all time, though. Real shit. Tribe Called Quest.
Capone and Noriega. Damn.
You got the Clips, and they're about to drop something. I think it's next week. They're dropping something that's gonna shock the industry up. So,
damn. Who else?
Damn, the Clips. I was thinking of some who are these other cats
Ghetto Boys
from Detroit? I couldn't think of their name.
Do or Die.
Did you, Matt? You ever heard of Little Brother?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Detroit.
Yeah,
Fire.
Not Little Brother, and they going on their last tour right now. Fonte, what's the other nigga name? Big Pooh.
Dog Pound.
I wasn't
UGK.
a Dog fan.
You ain't like Dog Pound?
Hey, Ray Daniels gonna 8-Ball MJG. They don't get the respect they deserve, but that's
the
boys groups. Period.
8-Ball MJG was I respect them. I saw
let me get my boy Warren G in here. Tell him how you feel about his cousins now.
I don't give a fuck.
Dog Pound's fire.
You know what it is. Listen, I didn't say it was whack. I didn't listen to them.
So Innovator said Outkast number 1, Mobb Deep number 2.
Nah. Where the Migos rank at?
Migos top 10.
Where the Slumville?
Maybe top 25.
Damn.
Oh, Innovator, that's my man. Yo, Kaz, you should come on here, man. We're gonna send you the link. Come on the stage, Kaz, because you know you've been starting a lot of shit on this Instagram shit. Come on here and get some clips. Word. But I don't put Outkast as number 1 either. Mobb Deep is probably the most important group in hip hop history.
Mobb Deep?
Over that he tripping, ain't he?
Punch is in here. Mobb Deep is probably the most important group in hip hop history because you gaslighting. You gaslighting. Outkast might be the most successful, but I guarantee you, they not
definitely
playing
gaslighting.
They not playing Hey Ya and fucking bombs over Baghdad and fucking Slovenia. But I bet you, Quiet Storm and Shook Ones is playing.
Ghetto Boys.
Guaranteed.
Mine's Playing Tricks on Me is playing at every
Ghetto Boys.
Lost Boys has to be in the conversation, of course.
No,
You're saying
Ghetto
Mobb
Boys
Deep over Wu-Tang? Mobb Deep over Wu-Tang. They pretty much put hip hop all over the world and has hits individually and as a group.
Bruh.
You can't compare Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang apple for apples. That's like saying the Four Horsemen is better than the Rockers. It's 4 niggas versus 2.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I'm a wrestling nigga too. We could do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't do that. It's like 35 Wu-Tang members versus the Mob. They got infamous Mob. They had little factions, but
NATO, you trying to come up here and run your argument?
Oh, Punch want to come in. Send Punch the link. Send Punch the link.
What's his Instagram?
I am PVNCH.
IMPNVCH.
No. I am PV.
Oh, I am.
The U is a V.
I got
NCH. So while
Innovator.
I
sent it to Innovator too, so he's got the link.
While I was on vacation a few weeks back, Punch came by, and him and Ray they did a That's Debatable. That's like really been having shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? So I loved. I'm mad that I wasn't there to kick it with Punch, but definitely would love to have him on here. But yeah, like at the end of the day, Mobb Deep to me is probably the most important group in hip hop of all time.
Why? Because what stands out? Because they got dissed by Tupac, or because they got dissed by Jay-Z? Like what makes them the number one group?
I mean, they have the most icon, like to me, the most recognizable and iconic song in hip hop history.
Shook Ones?
Absolutely. What song? Like over what?
Over Cream?
I like Shook Ones by far. Cream is an important one, but Shook Ones by far.
Mine's Playing Tricks on Me, Ghetto Boys, more important than Shook Ones?
Never.
Okay.
Mind playing Tricks on Me, great record.
Yeah.
Come on, Shook Ones. This like think about it. If we did a drop in and drop out, there's not a lot of songs that you're gonna put Shook Ones next to that the song from a group or from a single person that is gonna be better than.
Okay.
You can't do that. It's not gonna be a lot. Shook Ones is to me the most important song in hip hop.
You know, you heard of us, official Queensbridge murderers.
Yeah.
Warfare be wet, yeah, Queensbridge. Hey, listen, all right, I think we're beating a dead horse with this.
I thought punching them was. I thought someone was.
I sent them the link.
Okay.
They might not see it.
They probably don't know it's not an Instagram. They got to come to the StreamYard, or whatever like that. So until someone else comes in, let's move on to the next thing. What's the next thing?
You know, I'm a fan of a lot of podcasts, and one of them is the PB&J or the JBP. My bad.
PB&J. You hungry or something?
No. I just knew it was them 3 letters. My fault. And something happened recently. Hold on 1 second. Anyhow, something happened recently that I thought was interesting. Y'all know that, Drake did the song "Give Me a Hug," and in the song he said, "Melissa Ford, you a legend from the 6. Hate to see you with a dick sucker," which he was basically saying that, he was talking about Joe Buttons for the most part. And I mean, anybody would get upset at that, somebody saying that to them on a song. But Joe Budden kind of, he wiped it to the side and told Melissa Ford she should bask in her glory. Yep. Well, she did just that. She made little videos, dancing to the song or whatever she did. And low key, he was really mad about it. He was kind of upset about it. And I just felt like when you a boss, he trying to, he portrays himself as a boss. I'm not saying that he isn't, or, I fuck with him. Obviously, I watch the show. But I just feel like when, he claims he has a level of honesty to the people that work for him and that he don't got to hide nothing and he not really embarrassed about too much. You should have just told her that you didn't like the fact that she enjoyed the shout out. Instead, he been picking with her. And I just watched a clip of basically she been waiting for a drop on the show for probably more than a year, maybe 2 years, waiting on a drop. And he just hasn't gave her a drop. At the beginning of the show, you'll hear him hit the little new Joe button. Everybody has their drop except for her and Flip. Well, Mark Lamont Hill just got there and he puts a drop on for Mark Lamont Hill and it hurts her feelings. And then he reveals basically, in my opinion, he reveals the reason he did that was because he's really low-key upset about Drake giving her a shout out. And I'll play the clip here and you can give me your opinion on it. 1 second. Where did it go?
I got it.
You got it? Oh, I see it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
No, for Daddy.
What time is it?
What's happening? What's happening?
New icy cold.
Who's the doc that he told you to go see? Who's the doc that he told you to go see?
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
Hold the fuck up.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
Who's the doc that he told you to go see?
Flip and Mel.
Excuse me. Did this motherfucker get a drop?
It seemed to two, actually. That's kind of dope. Can I hear that one more time? Who's the doc?
Who's the doc that he told you to go see?
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
What?
You want me to be?
I mean, no names were named.
Yo, your little chin quivering and everything. Yeah, what happened?
That's fury. That is
Well, wait.
Why? You offended her.
Let me tell you.
You cold, nigga?
Oh shit!
Yo, you cold?
Oh shit! It's shivering for real.
Yo, you shivering?
He's about to fuck you up. Mel Mark is one of your biggest supporters. Of course you.
I know that, but you, what the fuck?
What?
Flip.
I don't care.
Flip what? You flip? Don't look at Flip. Stand on some shit. Finally.
Her eyes is watery. What the fuck you did to her?
Wait for real. Let me see.
Yeah, you did have that drop a couple months ago.
Oh, she's about to cry. Oh, man.
Why you did that, bro?
Oh, no, stop. That's not funny.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor? Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
Well, wait, that's not fair because Mel had a drop.
You had a drop months ago.
You had a drop. That's true.
I got fucking small hands, a soft mouth, okay? I'm doing just motherfucking fine. Shit.
You didn't like that one. We didn't hit that one out of the park. So we just still working on it.
And we give you an analog, custom, a la carte drop every single episode.
Hey, yo, you standing?
Yeah, that's true.
And you standing with that?
Yeah.
And you had the perfect drop from one of the biggest artists of all time, but I mean, the dick sucker part. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Game.
I see where this fucking pod is going.
How's everybody doing?
So when I look at that clip and he was waiting to say that. And when she first acted like she was like mind blown behind whatever Mark Lamont Hill having to drop. He said, wait, what happened? Like he didn't have a clue. And he was waiting. He finally came out at the end. You got the drop from the biggest artist besides the dick sucker part. I just feel like if it's your show and you don't like it, you should just cut into her, tell her she shouldn't have been doing what she should, instead of playing with her on the show every day and making a fool out of her and making her cry and all this other shit. You know what I mean? You got to rise above and kind of be bigger than that when you a boss. Don't be petty. I don't like when somebody don't like something you did, but they don't tell you, and then they just doing bullshit to you. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Matt, if you got to catch that episode or looked at it and seen, do you think this Drake thing could kind of tear a piece of this podcast up?
Great question. Do you think Drake would have shouted out Mel Ford if it wasn't for the Joe Budden beef?
I don't. But
so if you're not going to shout her out without Joe Budden's beef, then it makes it corny that they shouted her out. And then the second part is she has a drop. It's just not a good drop. It's I got soft hands and a big mouth or something like that. So she got a couple drops. She just ain't liking the ones they doing. But no, it's a great point. I think like Joe said at the end, he can't use that drop from Drake for because it gives him a diss at the end. So
do you think there was a little backhanded though, what he did, or do you think it just was all just, oh, I didn't know?
Like I told you, I think it's all that was meant to get Queen's Flip upset because they thought that's why Mel kept looking at Queen saying, what are you going to do about it? Because Mark Hill got the drop before both of them. They've been on the show 2 years, but Mark Hill is putting up numbers that nobody in the show has. I'm a big fan of Ish and Ice. But what Mark has done is he made the podcast get a lot more cultural conversations, and it adds more validity to what they're saying. So I don't know.
Jack, does Melissa Ford have to take responsibility for something that Drake did? Does she bear the full brunt of the responsibility for what the media or what? Because really everybody else forgot about it, I feel like. And I think it's Joe. Does she owe him an apology? Should she stand on it? Should he let it go? Like, because it's starting to become a part of the narrative of the show. That's like the third show where they said something to her about it. Last time it was Queen's Flip, who kind of cut into her.
I mean, I think obviously, in doing media, you have to have tough skin because at the end of the day,
look at the pastor. My family pastor is in the chat. How the hell are you?
I get a hey man.
Can we get an amen in the chat, Pastor?
Yeah.
So go ahead though.
I mean,
this is a big show. His show is like kind of like on the level of 106 in Park right now. Like if you upset, just tell her you upset and get it over with. But every time the show come on, he did the same thing when Flip got mad. Flip said, all right, I'll be the bad guy. You should have never entertained. And Joe was in the background saying, hey, I don't want to be a part of this argument. I'm saying, I know you're really mad. Why don't you just check her, let her go, something, instead of being petty per episode?
Well, one question I'd say on that is, do you know which episodes Mel has been a part of that's went the most viral? Do you know the ones that go viral for her?
Well, I haven't. Probably the ones where they picking on her.
Where she storms off and gets upset. Those go viral. So every time they're trying to make her upset because they're trying to get a reaction from her. So a lot of what you're seeing on the Joe Budden podcast is kind of pre-staged. So they may already had that conversation about doing it. But you're right. I mean, she should get the respect. It's not her fault. Drake shouted her out. But I'm
saying this is what it was meant, Matt. This is what it was meant to do. Don't let us see what it was meant to do, doing what it's meant to do in real time. At least hide it behind the camera. Talk to her offset.
Goes to the camera.
Huh?
Nah, everything goes on the camera. That's how you get views.
The thing is, like, it's not exciting to hide shit off the camera.
Yeah.
It's like when me and Ray get it sometimes. Like he'll tell you leave in the episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's scripted. I mean, it might not be scripted. It might. I do what I want.
I seen the episode when you was basically coining the phrase "the Queensiest."
That's my phrase.
And Shorty was just about to give you your credit, and you just had to speak up. And Ray said, "Jack, she's just about to give you the credit." Is that a learn when to shut the fuck up moment or no?
No. Because I'm like
sometimes Jack Dance.
Sometimes it's not even about that. I mean, he was right, he wasn't wrong, but I didn't know how it was gonna go. And I had to say I had something to say. It was brewing for a couple of weeks, so and he fucked my moment up, but it's cool. Y'all know
sometimes the things that go most viral though, like if a podcast goes as planned and there's no excitement levels, there's no yelling and screaming back and forth, there's no emotion, then nobody get excited. Like most people watch podcasts for either the interviews or for the interaction between the team to see who's going to pop off first or what's going to go, accelerate the conversation. So I think with Mel, she's fallen into a situation right now where her voice is not as needed as it used to be. And she's struggling with getting her topics across because they don't hit the same no more. I don't know what happened. I mean, that might be because she's lost a little confidence in it. But like if you're an avid Joe Budden podcast fan or a Patreon fan like I am, she's always upset about.
You behind the paywall too?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's like this. Me and Bugs the Beast was having a conversation last week, and we kind of was talking about music, but it's like the same thing. So it's like even with like Ray and I, like I've been with him since damn near the beginning, right? Yep. So I've had many different roles or had different interactions, but sometimes it's like that person in the room, meaning just whoever it is, like sometimes it's just a vibe thing, right? So we got to think about like even with rappers and entourage, like sometimes you may have a dude that's around that may not can rap, may not be picking no beats, may not can tour manage, may not can whatever, but it's just for whatever reason maybe that's your that's your dude that y'all came up with doing music, and he's a muse in some aspect. Like you just feel comfortable when somebody that you're comfortable with is in the room and you're able to do what you need to do. So I think, just in my opinion, if there's real issue, I'm just a person like family business is family business. I would never, ever in my right mind go on live or air out any dirty laundry that I got, or if I had any with someone on my team.
Yeah.
That to me is that's just the way that I was taught. Like certain shit you keep on the wraps. Now, if it is scripted or if it is something where we're improvising and we're making it seem like it's tension, then that's one thing. We know that, and everyone else that is like wrestling. We know that, and everyone else doesn't necessarily have to know that, right? But if it's real beef, I'm not telling niggas what I got a problem with a nigga that I fuck with for. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna do that, and I don't think me being around Joe and Ian and them, like I don't think that
it's not personal.
I mean, I know that Joe is petty, but I don't think he's that petty to really give a fuck. Because at the end of the day,
but let me ask you this:
people are tuning in to see
if he slapped the shit out of you on live, would you fight him?
Well, who? Well,
if Joe smacked the shit out of you on live, would you fight him?
If Joe smacked me,
or would you just let it ride because he might be able to look out?
That's not gonna happen though. That would not happen. Are you crazy?
I'm just saying he got mad and just.
That's not happening to me.
Yeah,
that's not happening to me.
Well, and Jack, you keep
I'm just asking. I'm just asking because he was a part of Slaughterhouse. Them Slaughterhouse niggas.
Yes. Well, you keep mentioning wrestling. Shout out to the WWE. It's WrestleMania weekend in Las Vegas. But if you know anything about how wrestling really is, they're best friends. Like they might fight each other on camera. They want to kill each other. But then when the match is over, they go behind the scenes and they go have a drink and they go have a meal together.
Well, it's the same as politics, right?
All of it.
Right. Everything.
Think about it. The prosecutors and the defense lawyers and the motherfucking prosecutors and the DAs and the judges all fuck with each other. They play that role when they're in that courtroom, but at the end of the day, like they all know each other. They all, like I know because I was a victim of it. Like sometimes the lawyer and the judge be like, "Oh, look, give me this one. This nigga paid me, enough. We're gonna piece you off. But this one right here, hang his ass. Fuck him. Give him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, come on. This is all." We know what this shit is. We know what this shit is. Everything is a game. Everything is.
I've been seeing this story, and I probably should have looked this up before I even bring it up, but I'm pretty sure that y'all know what's going on with this Carmelo Anthony cat and the two white boys. Because I've read a story to where they came up. They said that he was trying to bully them. Then they saying 6'2" white boys was trying to bully him. And is there a real story on this, Matt? Do you know?
I have not. I heard what Joe Budden was talking about on his podcast, and it's a lot of foolishness going on, and they're trying to make Carmelo Anthony guilty of it, but he was the victim. It's a lot of.
Isn't it? But ain't Florida? What's that? Texas thing? Texas is like a stand your ground state.
It is if you are, how do I say this the right way? If you're the right person, they want to stand the ground. It is, but if you're not that right person, they use it against
white. I'm just asking. I
would go that far to say if you don't meet the demographic they want you to be, you don't. None of those laws apply to me, you, Jack, because we don't rock the same way they do. They can tell by the hat I wear. I ain't thinking like they are. So
let me ask you this: if you take that hat off and put on a little golf hat,
never see it.
Can you? I'm just saying, if you did, could you get away with it?
No, because the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I stand, you're gonna know I'm not like all them people. Like, not trying to be funny or anything.
So let me ask you a question. Let's stay there for a second. So, are you originally from Indianapolis?
Yep, born and raised.
What side of it? Like the west side, the east side?
I grew up on the west side and I live on the east. I grew up on the west side and I live on the east side now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you in Indianapolis?
Yeah, it's Indianapolis, Indiana. We call it Nap or Nothing.
No. I've been down there. I used to come down there for my birthday every March and hit the little Circle City Plaza. Yeah. You know what I mean? I stay in the Concord or the Omni 7. It's usually combine time when I get down there. And there used to be a little strip club down there named Zeus that I used to go to. You know the club?
I've heard of it.
No. I ain't gonna lie, that's starting a little.
He said, "I heard of it."
Now this is a good conversation because right now in Indianapolis we have a viral moment going on right now. We can speak to this. Boosie just put a Instagram video out telling everybody not to come to Indianapolis because his daughter came to our city and she didn't get something she wanted, and then he turned his back on us. But we've been paying. He's like the biggest artist we bring all the time. Like, I know the promoters that bring them all the time. So should an artist shit on a whole city that's paid all your bills if you just don't like the situation?
First off, let me say this. Shout out to Boosie. My nephew SBE Taz is signed to him. Okay. And now, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Boosie, but I think when you're protecting your kids, you liable to shit on anybody. True. You know, when you think, because you can only go off of, your kid's story. That's another thing. Like, information is so important because how something is fed to you creates the reaction for everything you do. I was telling somebody that if I told you, man, look out your window right now, it's going to be a guy standing out there with a stick in his hand. He told me he finna run in there and kill your whole family. Right. And then I told the guy with the stick, listen, I know you're hungry and want something to eat. The guy in that house is nice as hell. Knock on the door, ask him for something to eat. That could create a situation where you kill the guy that's just hungry. That's how vital information is. So it's no telling what Boosie told his daughter. I mean, Boosie's daughter told him when she came back. It could have been, Daddy, he did this. They did this to me. They kicked me out. They laughed at me. And he could just be having a moment to where he's being a protective father towards his daughter. But I'm sure on that flip side to that, I'm sure the great citizens in Indianapolis feel like, man, hell no, you tripping. You doing too much. So it's just kind of one of those things to where, depending on where you stand in that, it's going to be depending on what side you pick.
Like they usually bring him here once a quarter, and like I know a lot of we did Stop Beef from Radio did the first interview with Boosie when he got out of jail because one of our biggest promoters in the city, shout out to Big Scooty, he was paying Boosie before he even got out of jail. DJ was his DJ, so like we have a lot of connection with Boosie. One of our artists, Playboy the Great, is signed to Boosie, so it's interesting to me that, because of the situation with his daughter, and it's petty. I mean, if you even look at the facts of it, I mean, it's real petty. I'm not going to say it on a recording, but for you to act the way you did like that when Indianapolis is your number one market, like who listens to Boosie right now on the radio? What radio song of Boosie is?
Oh man, I'm not finna. You're not finna. I know you're not really finna do that.
I'm just saying, like,
Boosie is still popping, and Boosie, and just like Indianapolis, he's in Michigan a lot too. He's tied here a lot. Like I say, if you look up right now, LBE Chops got a song with him right here in the city that we at here. I mean, he done been to Battle Creek a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And he always show love. So I could only see him doing that if he got a story from his daughter that maybe that he didn't really appreciate, and maybe he just don't know the full story to it. I mean, it'd be no different if your sons came to you and told you some horror story and you didn't know the facts. You just got to take their word for it. I mean, it's either strangers you don't know or it's your kids.
My bad. I got Tourette's.
Now see. And Jack, we can't ask Jack because Jack don't got no kids yet.
Nah, but this is what I got. Shut up. But this is what I was gonna say though. I was just thinking about hold on, I'm going back live on Instagram. I was just thinking about what you guys were saying. Like niggas sign a rappers still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, young boys still trying to get deals, man. They trying to get. Listen, my nephew, man, he done been over there. They've been over there promoting the Boosie water, and they be at the crib hooping and chilling and hanging out with his son all the time. And just it is what it is when you're trying to get signed. You know what I mean? You got to make the moves you need to make. We don't come from a big city, so to have an artist like Boosie come here and show love, he came here, wore his jewelry, jumped in a video. Everybody in the city came out and showed him love. He showed love back. He threw a pool party. The pool party tickets was here for sale. They opened up a dispensary, had a strain of weed here, all that shit, man. So, we got that similar connection to Boosie here where I live, and he usually seemed like a pretty even-headed guy. But all the clips I seen, I remember seeing a clip of some guy talking shit about his son, and he looked off camera. He said, "What city he in?" And somehow the guy died the next day. I don't know if Boosie has something to do with it, but my point is, I feel like he a serious cat when it comes to his kids. So what I'm saying to you, Matt, is that we don't know what story came back to him from his daughter, and that may be. And I'm sure, like everything, even the deepest wounds can heal with time. So, it just may be a time thing that goes by, and then, he's right back in good graces with the good citizens of Indianapolis. I think the state of Indiana got a bigger beef with Joe Buttons with that shit he just said about Gary, Indiana.
Well, you seem to have the mayor on.
Yeah, I seen that. The mayor sound like he from the hood too.
He is. Yeah.
What do you say about Gary?
He said ain't shit there to go, ain't nothing to go, ain't no reason to be in Gary, Indiana.
He basically said without saying he was scared to go to Gary, Indiana because there's a lot of rah-rah shit that goes on. So they stopped and they left. So, but there's a lot of good stuff going in Gary right now. Shout out to Dame Dash. He's been going there a lot too, doing some stuff. So there's a lot.
Think about it, guys. I mean,
don't disrespect Freddie Gibbs, man. Big traveler down there, man. He might catch you.
I know my
your teeth out.
My BSF niggas ain't gonna like it. I think Freddie Gibbs, well, he's definitely the best rapper from Indianapolis by far.
Well, he's from Gary, but Gary. Yeah.
That's not saying much because it's not well, there's not a lot of popular rappers from there. Right. But I think I mean, you got Freddie Gibbs, you got Michael Jackson. I mean, Gary,
shout out to McDonald's, man.
Despite whatever they got going on out there, like they're very important in the fabric, and we talk about the music history. Like,
yeah, facts.
Freddie, Jack, I feel like Jack being cynical, man, because he be on this New York shit. Like, only New York really make a difference, and now he talking about Gary, Indiana, as a pillar of society, man. I want you to come clean, man. You being cynical or not?
Why would I do that?
Okay.
Hey, but I could say this for Indianapolis. We might not have the biggest artist like you said, but our biggest artist put Atlanta on the map. So
who was that?
You talking about Babyface?
Babyface. And then Coach K. And then Coach K came down there and gave y'all the game. So while people are sitting there saying that Indianapolis don't have shit, all our best people put everybody else in the game. Don't say people.
Jack Dan said it. Now, Jack, what do you have to say to that?
That's
Babyface.
That's great.
You saying anything? You saying something bad about Babyface?
Like, no. I have nothing bad to say about Babyface. Even
clear it up then.
Even when me and the the Naptown dudes that we be on Xbox with talking, like at the end of the day, Babyface is one, if not one of the most important producers, songwriters, artists ever. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I'm never going to shit on Babyface ever.
Yep. So Indiana did contribute. after all.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, to music overall, yes. To rap, I don't think so. I mean,
well, we're
Freddie,
like a lot of cities. We don't have the platforms and the opportunities like Battle Creek don't. But there's a lot of dope artists out here. I can send you a few artists that are crushing anybody you're hearing, but we just don't have the outlets and stuff that other people have. But you know, no excuses.
I mean, my thing is this. I mean, we can sit here and talk about, you know, all the things that my city did or other cities did, but to me, it's all about at this point in life and like just with some things that I'm doing like privately, it's just about trying to uplift and find people in these different areas. Because now the difference is between you know, traditionally in the past and now is that the internet made the playing field a little bit easier for people.
Facts.
So like I was having a conversation last night about it. Everyone, all of these kids dress the same now because they all can see each other. You wasn't seeing people from Atlanta or seeing how people from New York dress unless you went to New York or your cousin from New York came and stayed the summer and then you picked up some shit then. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know what niggas in Chicago was doing unless you went there or someone came there and brought back something. So at the end of the day, the internet, that's why I asked, is rappers still signing to other rappers? Because at the end of the day, the internet and technology now, it makes things.
Who is 4BAT? Who is 4BAT signed to?
He signed to Atlanta. 4BAT's the that one.
Yeah, ain't it through Drake in some kind of way?
Yeah,
nah, he signed the Boo.
What'd you say, Matt?
I thought it was through Drake. You said he through Boo?
Yeah.
I think he signed the Boo.
It might be a partnership thing.
I don't know.
He got. I think he got some kind of little tie-in with Drake.
No, I think what happened was like Drake always traditionally.
Then you got Ty Dolla $ign got all kind of artists. It's a bunch of rappers that still got artists.
Shout out to Easy Money. Shout out to my boy, my brother Sean Barron. They honestly they got the Four Fargo dude, Leon. They got a really emerging roster over there. They serious business.
Yeah. So King, since you mentioned Drake today, let's get into the latest news. You know, UMG said, "Be careful what you wish for, Drake." What do you think they mean by that? Do you have any comment on that?
Well, what is it that he's wishing for?
He wants to see the numbers. He wants to see all the information that he claims Kendrick did. So why do you think they told him, "Be careful what you wish for"?
Well, let's. The only reason that they would say something like that would be to allude to the fact that maybe what we show everybody is the same for you as it was for Kendrick. But that could just be an illusion.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you got to look at this is a big company and they knew that, you know, they're calling it an ominous warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like some big scary shit, but I don't think he's asking for the numbers if he don't know what the numbers look like.
Right. But he's asking for them because he knows what they did for him. And then, you know, last time we were talking, we played the song we started with, and I told you be careful because Kendrick got something coming, and he dropped Luther's video and did over 10 million views in one day. So I said it every time Drake drops something right now, Kendrick's going to drop something with him.
As he should.
He's not going to let up. And he got a whole nother album coming. That's what people don't know. Like the album he dropped was just a test.
You talking about Kendrick? You talking about Drake?
Kendrick. Drake's got another album coming too.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody cares though.
No, that's not true.
That's definitely not true.
That's not true. I can't agree with that. We're not going to just forget about who Drake is. We don't like his ways. We don't like some of his mannerisms. We don't like, you know, that stuff.
And while we on it, let's get to I mean, he wanted to bring up the fact that they released that. We do know that around 3 hours ago, Drake's team did drop a response to what UMG said, and I'll let you know what that is right now.
Okay, yeah, I ain't seen nothing.
I like this TV shit.
Drake team is speaking out following Universal Music Group's UMG response to his amended defamation complaint with a new statement from his spokesperson doubling down on their artist's call for transparency and accountability. In the statement issued Thursday, today, a spokesperson for the rapper said UMG's latest statement is a desperate attempt to spin the narrative and deflect from the truth. Drake is holding the largest music conglomerate in the world accountable for its actions and doing so without fear.
And that hooked on phonics works for you great, huh?
I mean, I'm half white. I learned how to read early. I'm trying to get you niggas on the train with me.
I've been reading since I was 2 years old. You can't get me on the train. I've been there.
Man, I'll pull a paragraph up right now. You will start stuttering.
I was 2.
If I pull a paragraph up with any words longer than 8 letters, you're gonna start stuttering.
Not Jack. Not me.
Now, King, let me ask you this question: if it comes out to be that Kendrick's numbers were fake and Drake's numbers was fake, who's impacted the most?
Kendrick.
No way. Drake's whole career is built on numbers. You find out those are fake, people are going to think differently.
Listen, Drake.
Kendrick never cared about numbers until this shit.
Drake hasn't made nothing but wonderful music. People talk about Drake because his songs are incredible. All of them. I mean, I literally got a playlist.
Okay.
If I could share my screen with you, I'd show you a playlist of over 275 songs that this man got. And when I tell you, you only got to skip maybe 3 or 4 times, you cannot do that with Kendrick. Kendrick don't have nearly 300 songs you can ride to all the way to Texas playing back to back. He just don't have the discography. He don't have the discography for it. Women know the words to his song. Kids know the words to his song. And most people, Kendrick just fly over their head. That's why that one line that Drake say, what he gonna have him up in 29 twerking with a dictionary? Like you literally need to have graduated first level of high school to be able to break some of his shit down. He's a great artist.
But we come from hip hop, right? We come from lyrics, we come from bars, we come from double entendres.
But you talking about us though. You talking about us. You know, you might as well, boy, when we get done talking about this, show Icy Hot commercial in between this. And it's basically for joint pain.
We got my boy Yemi in here. Yemi music.
So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this man ain't the best, considered one of the best rappers simply because. And then you also would have to say that all of these rappers that he gave stimulus packages to, Rick Ross, Future, just any rapper, name them. Name them. Travis Scott, 2 Chainz, you name them. Dirk. All of their numbers is fake too. You telling me he jumps on their tracks and then UMG goes and makes their song go up too? He's hopping on nobody's songs. He puts random women singing small hooks on his song and they become the biggest artists in the world 2 weeks later. His product is wonderful. That thing you heard Wallow saying earlier, you can't just ask somebody to support you because you black owned. That's what Kendrick doing. You know what Drake is doing? He doing the other thing Wallow said. He has great product. That's it. He don't ask you to support him because he black. He just puts it out and you support him because it's incredible. Kanye said it was incredible. He said he wish he had 5 Drakes to come write his shit. They got multiple videos of the man creating by himself in the studio. That Over My Dead Body, man, he sung every part of that. He told her to go in there and say, I mean, he just, the whole thing from the top to the bottom, the man is incredible. I was on here, what was it, last week, and we had Bink the Monster, Jay-Z's producer from the Blueprint 2.
Whoa. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Bink is not Jay-Z's producer.
Well, he produced the Blueprint 2?
He's an incredible producer that lent Jay-Z his talent. He is
okay. Well, what Jack said. But the point was, he made an incredibly egregious statement. He made an incredibly egregious statement. No, all respect to Bink. I ain't disrespecting him in no way. You know what I mean? He did more than I done did so far as music is concerned. So I can't say shit about that. But he said something that was egregious. I had to take him. It made me had to think twice about if the things he was saying was true. The man
It hurts when that happens, right?
The man said Drake ain't never wrote one song in his career. A man that's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame has never wrote a song. So you telling me that not only did he write a song for somebody, but somebody else wrote him the song to write for somebody, and then the Songwriters Hall of Fame inducted him because of that is insane. I'll never believe it. That's crazy. The Drake hate is out of control.
Hey, Jack, aren't you a songwriter?
No, Jack ain't no songwriter.
So how normal is it for an artist to get the credit for the song that another person created?
It happens all the time.
And then how many times? So Nokia has a reference track right now. You know that, King. So every song that Drake has, they've got reference tracks for.
It happens all the time.
Bro, so, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the whole industry don't write songs for each other. But you don't have Kanye West thanking Drake for writing his album because somebody else wrote for Drake to write for him.
Well, I don't.
You don't have a man in the Songwriters Hall of Fame because other people are writing all the songs that he's writing for people. That's just not happening. You're trying to convince me that he's lip singing. He's basically Milli Vanilli.
Not saying
You're trying to convince me that the man's Milli Vanilli and Vanilla Ice. He's the greatest rapper of your time. He's the greatest rapper of your time, Matt.
No,
he's
not.
Yes, he is.
Jay-Z is. Eminem is. Drake is not the greatest rapper. He's the greatest artist. You can give him that.
Listen,
he is a R&B artist. He's a sing-song rapper that does melodies. Don't say he's the greatest artist or the greatest rapper of all time.
I didn't say rapper. I said he's the greatest artist of your time.
I wouldn't say that.
I know you wouldn't. I'm saying it for you so you don't have to say it.
Is he better than Jay-Z?
Yes. Artist,
what has he done better than Jay-Z?
He actually composes everything that he does, and he sounds better, and he has way more songs.
Wait. Compose is a big thing. That means that he's fucking playing the instruments. Let's
Jay-Z's Diddy. I mean, Drake is Diddy.
Hold on. First off, composing does not mean he played the instruments.
Drake
in music terms, it means
Dr. Dre.
To a certain extent that you are creating everything. He's not creating everything.
Listen,
that's a fact.
Everybody know that Jay-Z is one of my favorite artists, but at the end of the day, when the smoke clears from all of this, and we in the 2040s, and this era is long gone behind us, Drake will come out above him. Number wise.
Are you saying numbers wise again?
Yeah, but there'll be no hip hop heads with backpacks sitting around to argue no more. There'll only be facts. So therefore, he'll be cemented in history. There's nothing nobody can do about that.
But
it
without
is what
numbers,
it is.
could he have that conversation?
It's the same thing with Michael Jordan and LeBron. When it's all said and done, you can make all the comparisons you want about LeBron and Jordan. Jordan's name is just too big. But this era right here, they say LeBron is the GOAT. There ain't nothing you can do to change that. And maybe long after we're dead and gone and moved on and they're looking at all the stats, maybe the rest of the world starts saying it because he has those stats to say that. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like nobody wants to let go of the current GOAT, which is Jordan. But the numbers are there to say that when he is gone, that everyone else, when they crunch down the numbers, look at it and say, hey, you have to give him it. You have to give it to him.
You better hope Steph don't win the championship this year.
Right, because really Steph is over LeBron.
Don't Steph got more championships than
they got the same, I think.
No.
They both have 4, right?
They do.
Yeah, they both got the same amount.
The only difference is I think that Steph was more of an alpha on his teams than LeBron was.
Now go to Jordan's era. When did he ever have someone that was even close to saying they were close to being as good as him? How's LeBron the best when you can argue there's other people in his time frame that he decided to keep playing that were better than him at certain moments?
That's a mic drop.
It's just facts.
Did he stump you there?
No, I agree with him. I think we might all be Jordan fans, so it ain't even no argument.
Oh yeah, I'm a Jordan fan. I love LeBron. Hold on, I love LeBron. I love what LeBron has done. But when you start talking about the greatest of all time, then you have to put facts against facts.
But what
And
happens when they start when the LeBron fans start hollering about the scoring? What
I
do you
don't
say
look
to
at
that?
numbers because it's 20 seasons. It took you 20
he
seasons.
played longer. So I mean, why we don't never talk about Bill Russell as the GOAT?
Why should we?
Because he got
8 rings.
fucking 11 championships.
Did he do it himself?
Damn near.
You can't do it yourself in basketball, maybe in tennis or golf.
You know what I mean when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga was getting 14 rebounds, 18 blocks.
There's a reason why the basketball world don't herald him as the greatest of all time. Why is that?
Because he was a
Bill
black
Russell?
kid in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't an offensive player. He was more of a defensive player.
And the NBA wasn't as popular then, so nobody got to see him and will do what they were doing. Some people would say Kareem is the best ever, but it's just recency bias sometimes. I grew up with Jordan, so I got to see every moment. I was watching the games.
But who does Kareem say?
He might say LeBron. Kareem likes to play politics.
Because a lot of the old GOAT basketball players, they quickly say Jordan. They're like that killer instinct in him, man.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, so if LeBron doesn't win this year with Luka on the team,
he
does it hurt his legacy?
He the worst GOAT of all times if he don't win with Luka.
I don't think Luka's really that good.
And let me ask y'all this: did y'all shed a little bit of a tear when Luka had when they did that walk him home for Luka?
Fuck them.
Not just a little. You didn't have a little moisture behind your eyes.
No.
Man,
it's the game.
You must not know. I ain't cry when Mufasa when motherfucker got killed. I'm crying for some goddamn Luka.
Oh yeah, you tripping.
Give a fuck about that.
You an animal for that.
Hey Jack, I know you were in Atlanta talking about basketball. What do you think about Atlanta Hawks star player getting kicked out with 5 minutes left in the game because he passed the ball to the ref too hard?
I think it's on brand. I mean, he's a little spicy in terms of like how he does things. So he's kind of like a Dre, like a little elf like Draymond. Like they're gonna like do these things to him because he plays with a chip on his shoulder. I honestly I love the way Trae Young plays. Like I think he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He got like a little. He remind me of like if I didn't know where he was from, I would say he was like a point guard, as we call it from New York. Like because he just plays with that edge. You know what I'm saying? So
if LeBron had did that, would he been kicked out the game?
Hell no. Of course not.
So are they trying to keep Trae from superstar status because they don't like putting him on the All-Star game and they don't want him in the playoffs because when he gets to the playoffs, he dusts people all the time?
Well, I mean, I think he's an antagonist. So at the end of the day, like he's kind of like Reggie Miller was. Like Reggie Miller was a great player. You know, I guess you would consider him to a certain extent a franchise player, but he kind of was a dick. You know what I'm saying? So Reggie didn't get a chance to like get the accolades and shit that he should have because he just wasn't a warm. You know what I'm saying? Like
who y'all got on this one? Who y'all got? Pat Bev or Brandon Jennings?
For what?
That's actually a question to see if y'all keep up with. You know, they've been talking shit to each other online. Basically, Pat Bev told him he'll playing one-on-one for $100,000.
They got the Lance Stevenson one too right now. What is it? Lance Stevenson and it's New York. I think it's 100,000.
Lance and Sebastian?
No, the one that kept saying he was busting everybody's ass. That's I have to look up. I can't think of his name. But
well, listen, we had a good time tonight, man. It's been an hour 34. You know what I mean? I think everybody. We starting to get tired. We talking about old washed up basketball players now.
But now we gotta end. We gotta end with it's basketball season. Playoffs is coming. Any predictions? Anybody gonna go out on a limb?
I don't care because the Knicks ain't. Well, the Knicks isn't it? Actually,
yeah. What are you talking about? The Knicks are in.
I'm bugging. My bad. I had a little mimosas. I'm going for Knicks.
Can I say Lakers?
Yeah, why not? You think the Lakers?
Why not Detroit?
I think because I just think it's a better story. I think it's a better story. It sells better. I want Detroit to win, but I think this shit all fake to me. So
storyline.
I think the better storyline is Luka comes. They cried on his return, and the passing of the old guard to the new guard. Yeah, so sounds
It'll
good.
probably be the Lakers and Celtics to finally decide who's the champion, and then
The
LeBron wins and retires.
The age-old battle.
LeBron wins a championship with his son on the team and retires.
I do got to say this in closing. Watch out for the Indiana Pacers. I know them from Indiana, but those boys can put up points quick.
Yeah, let's hang up on him. Let's hang up on him, Jack.
Safe.
Let's get him out of here.
Hold on, real quick before we leave. I just thought about something. So this weekend is 420. So do y'all got any quick 420 moments y'all want to share?
No.
Yeah, good. Me either. We out.
No. Before we go though, I do want to say this. Y'all got to remember. We talked about earlier about the thing with Joe not saying what he should say to Melissa. I want to go into a thing and say that if there's people out there that you're not talking to, or some shit you got to get off your chest, stress is what kills you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And relationships end up being the most important thing you have in your life. Yeah. So if you got some relationships out there that you need to patch up, or you just don't want to reach out, right now is a good time to do it, man. A lot of people just coming up missing. I just had a guy I went to school with, 42, 43, died of a heart attack, man. You never know when you're going to be able to say goodbye. So if you're out there and you hear this, reach out to somebody, man. Reach out to somebody that you've been holding that grudge, man. Let that grudge go. This shit ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? Probably about some money or a girl or a misunderstanding, man.
Yeah,
you ain't got forever.
If you piss me off, reach out, because Jack ain't reaching out. Fact.
Jack, you gotta let it go, man. Let it go.
I did let it go. I ignore it.
Yeah, let it go. It's all love, though. And we see you on the next episode. What it'll be, episode 5 of B.I.T.E. Building interesting topics effortlessly, man. We did a good job tonight. Thanks, Matt, for showing out with us.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all like the clips. We're gonna have some replays up. We getting better step by step. I gotta change that bite thing. Gotta be up a little bit and a little bit smaller. We know what we gotta do, but we out of here.